Hi guys, welcome to the channel. So today I'll be discussing how to get that perfect foundation shade, as well as discussing with you how you should correctly put on your foundation to get the kind of coverage you want. If you're new, welcome and thanks for clicking on this video. If you're returning, thanks for your support. Please keep continuing supporting me, as well as like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Okay, so let's get down to business. The first thing that you need to understand is that when we are testing foundation, we should never test foundation on our wrists or on our hands. We should always test foundation on our face. How many times have you gone to the beauty shop to find your foundation, whether it's a drugstore or it's a high-end foundation, and then now when you get back home it just looks different, or after just putting it on it's now a different color and you're like, what the hell? I paid a lot of money for this. So we need to understand that some foundations oxidize, and oxidization is when a foundation changes its color. In most cases it will turn orange or yellow or grayish, so it moves away from its natural color that you originally put on. So understand that you should always test foundation on your face. Let it stay, let it settle, walk around in the shop. If you have to, you can even get out. If it's at a mall or a shopping complex, go around the shopping complex and then go back to the store again and check if everything is still in place and if the foundation has not oxidized. This is a great tip because sometimes foundations will sit in well for a short period, and then as the time goes, it now looks completely different and we don't want that. The next thing is for you to determine your undertone, as well as to choose a foundation in that range. So most companies on their website will show different undertones as well as skin tones for you to understand that, okay, if I'm deep, these are the deep people and this is how the foundation looks on them. Undertone is crucial. Understanding your undertone is very crucial because sometimes you get a foundation that is has golden undertones on its own, and then you also have golden undertones, and then when you put it on it's just a golden undertone mess. But here's the fun part. Sometimes you get a foundation with a different undertone in order to cancel out your inner undertones. It's science out there. But what's important is knowing your undertone and choosing foundations in that undertone range. So the undertones that we have cool undertones, we have warm undertones, and we have neutral undertones. So don't worry, I've got you. I'll explain how they work and how you can quickly test if you're cool, medium, or warm. The third thing that you should do in order for you to get your perfect shade is to understand your face skin properties, so you choose the correct foundation formula. We have foundations which have oil. We have foundations which are oil free. These are usually like high-end products. There are also drugstore products that are oil free. You just need to check the label and see what it says. We have certain foundations that use that are vegan free, and also use ingredients that are very, very good for your skin. Some use ingredients that are harsh for your skin, which can cause irritations, it can cause rash, and we don't want that. So you need to understand that if I have a combination skin, oily T-zone, in my case I have an oily T-zone, so I'll go for a foundation that is oil free and mattifying. So if you have a dry skin, you need foundations that that will not really mattify your skin, and give foundations that will give you some moisture as well as hydration. It is important, I need to stress this, whatever skin type you have, it is important to prep your skin properly before you put on foundation. They say a minimum of 5 minutes. So whatever your skin routine is, put it on, wait for 5 minutes, and then you'll be good to go. If you have enough time, 10 minutes should work, as well as choose the correct primers for your foundations. I should also add this tip. Sometimes we feel just because we have oily skin, then we should get everything that combats oil, and that doesn't work well. If your foundation is, for oily skin, you use a mattifying primer, a mattifying setting spray, and you also use mattifying skin product, it's not gonna work, because somehow your face will feel like the skin is dry and it will produce excess oil, and we're not trying to we're not trying to produce excess oil, we're trying to reduce excess oil. So yeah, check the foundation label, check what it does. Some will say that it controls shine, it's oil free and stuff like that. Sometimes you might need to use powder foundation, other times you might need to use a stick foundation, depending on your skin situations, and most of the times this will be labeled on the company's website, and they'll pack it up for you nicely. All right, let's get to understanding skin tones. Skin tones refers to the underlying tone that you have on your face. So when you're looking at your face in its bare form, that underlying tone, some people have peachy, rosy, golden undertones, some people have olive undertones, some people have blue undertones. So it's just a matter of knowing where you fall, and if it's a cool undertone, warm undertone, and neutral undertone. So cool undertones, these are people that have blue, red, pink, rosy undertones, as well as their bare skin burns easily in the sun. A quick way to test this is check your wrist and look at the color of your veins. If the color of your veins appear to be purple or blue, just know that you are cool undertone. Another test that you can use is understanding what kind of jewelry looks best on you. So try silver jewelry and gold jewelry. So for cool undertones, silver jewelry will work best for you. Neutral undertones. Undertones are usually a balance of cool undertones and warm undertones. These are people who have a more even toned undertones, and then you don't really struggle much with redness, peachiness, rosiness, and looking olive and stuff like that. Stuff is just balanced or the tones are just balanced in there. Good for you. The warm undertone, these are people who have golden or olive tones, as well as peachy undertones, and your skin easily turns in the sun. It doesn't burn, it tans. So a quick way to check if you're a warm undertone, the veins here will be green or look olive, as well as gold jewelry looks good on you. So that's how you will know that you're warm undertone. So on the website, or if for an example, let's say it's Estee Lauder and you're buying a double wear stay in place foundation, you go to the website and then check the skin ranges as well as the undertone ranges to understand where you should start looking for your foundation shade. And as mentioned in the beginning of the video, I'm going to give you tips on how you should put on your foundation for best coverage. Sometimes we just want sheer coverage, sometimes we want to look all natural, sometimes we want it to be seen that, yeah, I have foundation on today. There are 3 tools that you can use to apply your foundation. You can use your fingers. Most people prefer this because it saves the product and it's easy to build up coverage using your fingertips. The next tool that you can use is your brush. There are different kind of brushes. Some that are labeled full coverage brush and stuff like that. Just get one that's written a foundation brush and make sure that the bristles of the brush are soft. The brushes also work well most of the times. If you get a good foundation brush, it will work well, and you won't need a beauty blender to set everything in. Sometimes certain brushes will leave streaks. It's not a problem. If you have a beauty blender, just use your beauty blender to dab the product in and make sure that everything settles in well. So beauty blender or beauty sponges, the trick here is we've seen that most times we are told that we should wet the sponge, and you should only wet the sponge if you want a full coverage. If you don't want a full coverage, you just want a sheer coverage or medium coverage, just use the sponge as is. Don't wet it, don't spritz setting spray or anything like that. Just use it like that. I would advise that you use minimum product and then build it up. So whatever coverage you're trying to get, whether it's medium or it's full coverage, start with little product and build it up. And also always apply foundation starting from the center going outwards. So that will be from your nose or T-zone and going outwards, and blend it all in and make sure that it blends with your neck. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope that these tips will be helpful and it will make applying your foundation easier. Please do like so other people can see this video, comment and subscribe, and come again for more videos. Thank you. Bye.